name is Kirsten, and this is Cope's Talks, and we have Diana here today, and the topic today is anxiety. But I want it to be like tailored to something specific. Anxiety when communicating. Have you ever felt anxious when communicating with someone before?
That's so funny. Before you came, I was on the phone with my best friend, and I was telling her that, I'm a shy person, but then I realized, my shyness comes from me being anxious when talking to people, because I'm not feeling accepted, or, feeling like I can't be myself around certain people. So it's funny that you actually said that, because we were just talking about, half an hour ago.
So why don't you feel accepted around people?
I feel like because nowadays, you know how trends are, right?
Yeah.
Everyone likes to hop on trends because I think subconsciously people want to be the same. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you do what's outside of what's popular, people look at you funny.
Yeah.
So it's like dang, I'm over here doing me and you're looking at me because I'm not doing what everyone else is doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to be myself.
Nah, I understood that. When did you first start to notice that?
I started having anxiety attacks, which all my life, it's never happened. I started having anxiety attacks probably last year, a year and a half ago. I actually don't know where it came from, but I recently stopped smoking, and I feel like that was part of it, because it made me like I was myself, but I was kind of like a shell of myself. So it's like I don't know, think too much, overthink things, and think that people are just watching, which they are, but for the most part, people don't really care what you're doing at the same time. They're looking to see what you're gonna do, but they don't care, because you can be yourself and nothing. You're not gonna have any bad repercussions for it. You know what I mean? So I think it's just that's where it came from. I don't know when it started.
You feel like you played a factor in it?
Yeah, a little bit, because weed it relaxes you, but then I guess it's different for everyone. At first it relaxed me, but as time went on, it made me just be in my head so much. So yeah.
So it was it was good at first to relax you, then it kind of became like an avoidance thing.
Sure, kind of.
Or did it make you more anxious?
I think it's a little bit of both. I became anxious, and then also avoiding. Where I would separate myself from people, because I'm I just don't want to deal with what other people are thinking about me. So it just made me just stay to myself from just overthinking.
So when you stayed to yourself, how did you end up feeling?
Lonely. I really took the support away from myself, and then I realized it's hard for me to connect with people, even though I'm a people's person. People enjoy talking to me, but I kind of took that away from myself. Going deeper connections with people, just because I'm in my head so much. But then I just learned to be by myself. That was just, especially after having my baby, because when, I don't know if you have kids or not.
No, I don't have kids.
After you have kids,
kind of.
Your niece.
Nah, I have a bunch of nephews and nieces. I took care of kids all my life, but I don't got no kids.
But when you have kids, your world is completely different. So I was just trying to figure that out. But I just also separated myself from people because it was just easier to do, but then emotionally hard. And I think that's probably when my anxiety got worse. So not connecting with people. We're meant to connect with people.
No, I can definitely relate to that. I definitely went through some different phases in life where different transitions led to be more isolated, and then I know I can't be isolated because it's not like human nature. So it's kind of hard looking for friends, trying to find friends. So I do sympathize with what you're saying.
Especially the right ones.
Yeah.
Because I've been praying to God, like take people out of my life that are not meant to be, or not gonna help me grow, or help me like be closer to being the better version of me that I know I need to be and want to be.
So how's your relationship with God like impacted your journey currently with your anxiety?
Honestly, my relationship with God is not as strong as I would like it to be. I'm still a baby Christian. Even though I grew up Christian, I'm trying to like go deeper into that relationship with God. So, like, I talk to Him more than I used to. Like, I lean on Him more, because we all have that whatever is missing, like that black hole that we try to fill with other things. And I guess I replaced weed with God.
Or that's a good fit stuff. So how does it feel like dealing with anxiety, communicating? How does that impact you when you're dealing with your son, when you need to advocate for him?
That's a great question. Oh my gosh. I think I stay away from people because of that. Because I've thought about that. Like, I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, I have to be confrontational when it comes to my son. Because I feel like it shouldn't be like that. But then people are people.
Yeah.
So, with my family, it's hard. Because I am a single mom. This is why I love this. So, like, I have to speak up a lot when it comes to him. And sometimes I guess my delivery could be better. It comes out like angrily sometimes. That just comes from like being frustrated. I'm just like, I feel like I shouldn't have to do this, because it's like some things are just common sense, but everyone does things differently. So I have to recognize that, and also understand that no one's gonna love your child like you do. No one's gonna think about your child like you do. So they're not thinking from a parent's point of view. They're thinking from a grandma, auntie, uncle point of view. It's like they're not there to parent my kid. So it's like I kind of have to like step back and realize that. But at the same time, like, you guys say that I'm doing everything by myself, and like I get so like overstimulated. I get really tired. So I'm like, why should I have to say? Like, I've told you, I don't want him like eating ice cream or like anything like too sugary. That's just how I want to raise my kid. So I'm like, why do I have to continue to tell you that, or like tell you no, you can't give him that after I told you like what I don't want him to eat. So when it comes to advocating for him, it's hard. Just like I said, that's why like I kind of stay away from people. I actually never thought about that.
Do you feel like in turns that kind of like makes you sad or feel lonely at times when you probably think you need someone's help and you want to go ask for help, but since they can't do it in your tailored way, do you feel like that kind of overwhelms you or makes you feel sad?
For sure. It makes me feel sad in the way that I'm like, dang, I can't depend on you, and the way that I want to depend on you after like voicing how I would want that to be. So it makes me feel like, I don't want to say that they don't care, they're just not considerate of like my feelings. And yeah, it makes me feel lonely. Like I don't really have anyone, but that's not true. Like I know people are there, people are just there in their own way. It's not always how they want it to be. Sometimes it's like, well, if someone's telling you what they like and what they don't like why would you do what they don't like? Like if someone's asking you for help and they're telling you, like, this is how I would like you to show up for me, like how come people can't show up in a way that, because it's like at that point you're not helping me, you know what I mean? It's like you want to help, but then like not really, because you're not really giving me what I need.
Kind of like judging and just criticizing.
Well, not judging. It's just like they want to do it their way.
Yeah.
So it's like if you think about it, the type of help that you're giving me, like that's not what I'm looking for. So it kind of sometimes it reverses. It doesn't reverse. Yeah. And it's like now me asking for help makes me even more like overstimulated, or more like in a worse spot than I was before I asked you for help. So that it makes me not want to reach out to anybody for help. Yeah.
That makes sense. Definitely makes sense. How do you think you've been dealing with it so far?
Before I would kind of like crash out a little bit. Like not in like a rah 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 way, but like I would say smart things, or like just distance myself after coming out the mouth a little bit. Which and I didn't like that about myself, so I kind of like took a step back and like just try to work on my delivery with things, and like talk to, for my mom, for example, try to like get her to understand where I'm coming from. Like actually have a conversation and go deeper into it, so she can like try to see it through my lens.
So when you had that realization that like you feel how you feel and your feelings are valid, but your approach upon it wasn't. So how did you feel in that moment when you're sitting back and realizing like, man, they got me messed up, but like I shouldn't have responded like that?
I feel like, dang, I got another thing I gotta work on.
I've been there. So like, what do you usually do to like get you out of those moods and get you in a different mood?
I used to smoke. And I realized, I was like, dang, like, after I stopped smoking, I was like, I had a lot of moments where I was like, I see why I used to smoke so heavy. But now, since I don't do that anymore, just talking to myself, trying to find healthy distractions. So God is one. I've been trying to read my Bible like more. Sometimes I'll read my Bible or listen to music.
I got a verse for you, Psalm 23. So when you go home, read that verse.
Psalm 23?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, just read my Bible, listen to music, play with my son. I was telling you, like, I was consistent in the gym. That helped me so much. Just releasing all of what's like inside of me.
Energy, yeah.
It really helps, especially with my mental health. It helps so much. Oh my gosh. Like that's not what I went to the gym for, but I realized that was like what came out of me being consistent and going to the gym. I'm like, I feel like a little bit lighter, like emotionally and mentally, even though what's going on around me is still going on. That really like helps me.
How do you feel when you have to deal with things on your own? Since you said that you're a single mother, like you have no communication at all with your son's father?
Not really, no. Last time we saw him, he was like 4 or 5 months. My son will be 3 in February. What was your question though?
Like, do you like communicate with him at all?
No. But the question before that, you said, how do I feel about something?
I said, how do you feel about like not being able to like communicate with him? Like, does it like hinder anything?
How do I feel? I feel really sad, not for me, but for my son. Everyone needs their father. Everyone needs both parents, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I just think about how one day he's gonna ask that question of, where's my daddy? Like, what happened with my daddy? And I'm just like, there's the truth and there's the truth. So it's like, I can just be like, yeah, like, he left us. Or, yeah, he just wasn't ready to, like, deal with me and you. I don't know, it just makes me sad because I'm like, he's a man. Oh, he's a boy. That will be a man one day. I'm a woman. I have no idea what it feels like to be a man. I don't know how to raise a little boy, like to make him become a good man. So it just, I don't know, it makes me sad for him. But then I always tell myself, like, God's his father, which is true. But it's like, it's different when you don't have your worldly father, you know, that man that he's gonna look up to. Because if it's not in the house, if he doesn't get it from the house, he's gonna get it from somewhere else. And God forbid he picks up habits or like ways of a man that I wouldn't approve of.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think about his father, and I'm like, deep down, I found peace with it this way. Deep down, I wouldn't want him to be like his father, because a man that could do that, like I just don't want him to be like that. Like I like the good parts of him, yeah, but that like the core part of who he is as a man, because he has a son, so it's not like he's new to fatherhood.
Oh, so he has a kid prior to this?
Yeah, they're like 3 years apart.
Does he take care of the other son?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
He told me that, not in these exact words, but he basically was like you made it harder for me to be a father, because basically when he looks at his first son, he has to think about his second son. They're 3 years apart. Their birthdays are 3 years apart. I mean their birthdays are 3 days apart. So it's like he has to think about him, and I know Irvin probably feels some type of way, and he was mad at me for a while, but I'm like, I didn't do this by myself, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I went off track. I totally did not answer the question you just asked. That when it comes to talking about my son's father, it's like, I don't know, my mind goes everywhere, because
it's normal. You're just flowing. You're in the flow state of mind.
He's almost 3, and I've made peace with it, but it's still like something that bothers me. Because like for him, not even for me. Like at this point, I don't care to have a relationship with him, like an intimate relationship with him. It's more of like, dang, like one day he's gonna need you, and like you're just not gonna be there. Not having your father or even your mom, like that messes people up, you know what I mean?
Yes, it does.
Like a lot of things that you deal with as a child, like it may not bother you as a child, but when you get older, when you become an adult, like a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stuff in your spirit and in your soul that bothers you. You don't have no idea where it comes from. And it's like, I don't want him to go through that.
Nah, that's true.
Especially based off a decision that I made. Like, that's just, I don't know. I'm his main protector. It's like, dang, like, just kind of starting off wrong, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So how do you communicate with your family with all this, like with this whole situation, dealing with your son's father and like with everything? How do they feel? How do you guys get along?
Something we don't talk about. I don't know why. I don't know if it's me that has to like start the conversation, but like no one asks this question, so I don't really. Not gonna start a conversation that no one asks about.
How does it feel going through womanhood, like being a mother, going through that journey?
I lost myself twice before I found myself. So before I had my son, I really didn't really know who I was. And then I became a mom. And so I say I lost myself twice because I didn't know who I was before him, and then it got even deeper after he came, because it's like I became a mom, so everything is about him now, especially because it's only me. So it's like because your identity isn't mom, isn't sister, isn't auntie or brother or father, like, so that became kind of me for the past like 2 years. I say 2 years because this time last year, oh my goodness, my mental health went all the way down to the point where my doctor took me out of work because remember how I said I recently started having anxiety attacks. That started last year, like June or July, and like every time I would walk into work, I would start like hyperventilating, and like I've never experienced anything like that. I've always kind of been the person that I know how to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm emotional, but like I'm very like, this just has to get done, so I'm gonna do it, feeling aside. So when it started to become harder to go to work, the main thing that provides for me, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that